Welcome back to the Bobby Dupree Show. The second half of it, the first half went real good. I forgot to introduce my sidekick here, Mr. Andrew Bdthurs.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes, sir. And good afternoon if it's Saturday and Sunday.
That's right. Who knows? You could be watching us at midnight on a Tuesday night, for all I know.
That's correct, on your computer.
On the internet.
And more people are watching it on the internet, and it's a good source. Had an opportunity to eat lunch with Lee Young at Indian Hills Country Club. Lee was kind of under the weather, as I had reported last week's program. Well, he's back looking good, feeling good. He went through extensive testing, and what he had gone in for, knowing he had a little bladder infection, turned out that was it. So that's the good news. Good. He was smiling and happy, and good to see you back running full speed, Mr. Lee. And I want to just mention that the golf course is in the best condition that it's ever been in, and of course with the rains we've been receiving the last couple of days, it's going to be nothing but better. But they have sprinkler systems on the greens themselves.
Yeah, they keep that maintained.
They keep that maintained beautifully. So anyhow, to the Lee Young family, I like to thank you over and over. Please keep up the good work, and of course it's a nice place to hold your reunions, your wedding receptions.
And weddings. I know a lot of people would get that second wedding, that's where they're getting married. So if if you're looking for a good place, I saw someone getting married on a green the other day.
Reasonable price.
That's right.
Reasonable price.
How about this? How about a sponsor? Piggly Wiggly Weekend. If you want to go out and do some things, go get the sirloin pork chops, $1.39 a pound. The fryer thighs or drumsticks, 99 cents a pound for the family pack. You know you're barbecuing right now. The weather's perfect with that rain. The yard's just getting right. They even got top sirloin steak in the family pack, $3.79 a pound, and that's Angus, U.S. choice, boneless and aged. Go by your local Piggly Wiggly in Opelousas, Church Point, Rain, Scott, Cecilia, and C. Martinville. And don't forget about the fact that they're very active in the community. You know, my little boy's playing summer soccer league. And they broke out the T-shirts. You know, all these little leagues, they get different sponsors to help them out. They pull out a green and yellow T-shirt. I said, well, I wonder what they're up to with green and yellow. You know, but they put that on. There was the pig's head and Piggly Wiggly on the front. So you Piggly Wiggly stores, they're not just collecting money.
They give back to the community.
And here's a whole bunch of young kids all playing summer soccer league. Well, look, and they're buying the shirts to help them.
Look at Jody, what he does with our cooking.
With the Cerebral Palsy Clinic every year for the big fundraiser.
And then the program that he and Jason Hugay with the Steamboat, what they do to help promote cooking in Acadiana.
Well, while we're talking about Steamboat,
why not?
Why don't I hit that?
We were supposed to do it when we showed the picture while ago.
That's right. Steamboat Warehouse. Get mama away from the smell of her own cooking and go down to Washington, Louisiana. Great food. From the seafood, excellent. Right now, summertime, the crab meat. Let me tell you, he goes down and gets those Sycamore Point crabs, fresh crabs. He gets the soft shell crabs. Excellent food. And the steaks, don't forget about the steaks as well. Good Angus quality aged beef. Does a beautiful job with all these different unusual things, always doing something different. Go by, check them out on Facebook for Steamboat Warehouse as well. And get mama to have a little glass of wine, one of the biggest wine selections around, all at Steamboat in Washington.
We talked about TJ Ribs, that we had stopped there and we saw
the former Bombay Bicycle Club.
That's correct. When we used to go there when we were young peoples. When I was walking out, I met one of the owners of the place, and I had met him the last time I was there. In fact, I think I showed a picture, and I know I did. I showed a picture of him, Kevin Kimball. And of course, he's the son of Clyde and Catherine Kimball. Miss Catherine Kimball is the Chief Justice of the Louisiana Supreme Court out of Ventris. Again, Ventris 2 times on the program today, in Point Coupee Parish. We call her Kitty, and I gave him a call. I said, be sure to tell your mom and dad hello. We go way back. His daddy, Clyde, was a state representative and always easy to talk to and visit with and give them your side of legislation that's being proposed. And I see where she urges sentencing reform. In other words, for these lesser crimes, give them lesser time and get them back into the society before you criminalize them too bad to where they lose contact with their family and their former employers and friends and all. And you're going to see more and more of that. And it's also could help on reducing the cost that we spend to incarcerate
That's helping
these
to drive
people.
this, is that you can't put everybody in jail.
And of course, she was also shown on Saturday's newspaper where she was swearing in the West Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff, Mike Kaz, President of Louisiana Sheriff's Association. So she's back at it full time. If you remember right, she had a very serious stroke. And she's recuperated, touch and go, and now she's back at work and at it. And so another lady that hitting a home run on all 4 feet, all 2 feet.
All 4 feet. The LHC Group, all your home health care needs, LHC Group can help you. And that's everything from those buttons that you press to call for help if you're elderly in the home and need that. You know, you don't have to be elderly to buy some of that service as well. Maybe you're just a single person in your house that, you know, you got a couple of health issues. Go ahead and get that type of thing. They've got the nice recliners that you hit those buttons that help you get up. You get problems getting up because of health issues. The beds, the oxygen equipment. They can get the therapists in your house. Maybe, you know, you're kind of bedridden right now because you had maybe hip surgery or knee surgery or shoulder surgery and you need some help. They've got people come in your house and do some of that rehab work within your house, based all over South Louisiana as well as the rest of the nation. Louisiana Healthcare Group, it's all about helping people. And one more sponsor before I'll let you catch your breath. How about Washington State Bank? All your banking needs with locations throughout St. Landry Parish. Washington State Banks in Washington, Opelousas, Orneville, Leonville, Palmetto. All your banking, if it's internet banking, which almost everybody I know now is doing a little bit of internet banking. If you're not doing it yourself, your business is doing it because they have to do that in order to do all the bookkeeping, sweep the accounts to transfer from branch to branch, do the deposits, pay the bills. You know, a lot of these places now, they want you to pay the bill. They don't want you to mail no check at all. They want to have a direct transfer. You can set all that up yourself. You don't have to call the bank. You don't have to do all these forms. You can do it all yourself with internet banking available through Washington State Bank.
I bet you I'll be able to do that if I ever learn how to turn on a computer.
Right. Well, your buddy Larry Leisure, you got to work on his classes with you a little bit more.
One hour, he said it. One class. He told me a long time ago, and he reminds me of that too. That his offer is still good.
So Washington State Bank, all your banking needs, whether it's borrowing money as well.
A person that died recently, a few days back, was Mr. Healy Chotin. I can't say that I really knew him, but the Chotin family, of course, comes from I think the Leonville, Notleville area. And I see where one of his sisters, Mr. Healy's sister, was Miss Rena Duplichan. And of course, that's Ryan Duplichan's mama.
That's right.
So, and Priscilla, his sister, Pris. And so a big family. And another person that died recently in the Lafayette area was Mr. Floyd Patin Sr., and he was aged 93. I met him through Nick Fakuri maybe once or twice, but I got to know his son Buster Patin very well. I see where Buster's now living. He used to live in the Lafayette area. Now he's living in Texas, Livingston, Texas, just east of the Louisiana border there, west of the Louisiana border. I'm sorry.
Right.
And what reminds me, we had a motorcycle ride and when we went to Mr. Patin's condo over in Florida one time. I'm going to attempt to go and visit. The funeral will actually be held Thursday. That's today, June 23rd, in the Delorme Chapel of Flowers. So to them, and then I saw where one of the pallbearers is going to be William, better known as Mr. Bill Davis, and he had the chain of restaurants, The Kettle. You remember that?
I remember The Kettle.
That's Bill Davis, and of course he was one of the organizers that brought in the Ice Gators when they were top-notch. One level below the NHL. That's correct. And so I'm anxious to go and visit. Hopefully when we get through taping the program today, Wednesday, I'll run over there and tell the family hello.
Wound Treatment Center, if you got some problems, let's say it's diabetic related, if it's varicose veins, maybe you had some surgery that you haven't quite gotten over, the Wound Treatment Center can help you with those type of things. Maybe it's burns as well. They do everything from skin grafts of your own skin to synthetic type skins. They even do the hyperbaric treatments. You're not talking about some of the Kentucky Derby horses that when they get injured actually go on the same type of treatments. You know, they got millions of dollars in them horses. You know, hyperbaric must be a pretty good treatment. If good enough for the horse is good enough for you, I think, at the Wound Treatment Center. And I also understand, know, Dr. Kerry Thibodeau is the guy who runs the place over there. And, of course, they've got Dr. Ty Hallgruder, Calvin White, Dan Buller, Richard Harmon, Laura Sanchez, Michael Felton, and Mike Burnell. Dr. Buller, I understand, is gonna go ahead and retire this summer.
He's retiring the end of this month.
Effective this month.
And Dr. Kerry Thibodeau is going to have your files. And, of course, if you choose to go somewhere else, you can. They moved in that same
office a couple of years ago. Yeah. So you could see that Dr. Buller was working to get people familiar with Dr. Thibodeau.
And I just want to compliment Dr. Buller on he treated so many people, and they were so happy with his service, and he was one of the best known surgeons in Acadiana for many, many years. So Doc, you're still a young boy, young man, but I can understand you've been put under, that's a lot of strain when you start opening people up. And
technical stuff. I mean, he wasn't just lancing a boil. I mean, he was doing some heavy.
Handled a lot of surgery for cancer patients.
I went to see him. I had an issue. I went to see him, and it was a major surgery. And he told me, he says, you know, we're going to run the tests afterwards. Could possibly be cancer, what you have. And I took some time off, spent about a week or two with my family, did some things, and went back, and he did the surgery. I've never had a complication, found out everything was clear and positive. But a major surgery, it took weeks to come back with. The guy, I'd never had a surgery, never had a stitch in my life, and he took care of me like I was gold. And I got to tell you, I appreciate what he did.
He's respected in our community. Good luck and many more years of good health with you and your lovely wife.
One more, Quality Portable Buildings. Okay. I'm sneaking all my sponsors in on you. Quality Portable Buildings. I think it's my last sponsor for this show. Go by I-49. You're going to see them right there. Every time we pass through, I point it out to my wife, and I said, boy, them little buildings are cute.
Just before you get to the Nuba exit.
Exactly. Quality Portable Buildings, I-49 at exit 23. That's 3 miles north of Opelousas. This is open on Saturdays if you want to go by. And those buildings, they use them for everything. Outdoor kitchens, offices, beauty supply places, your storage, your garage, your barn. They've got any kind. They got styles that match whatever your house looks like. You got a modern house. You got a house that just got some barns in the back that you want to match the barn. They got all those type of things. And don't forget, they also do U-Haul rentals and propane sales as well. So I know on the weekend on Saturday, you're looking for propane because you're about to cook. Oh, that bottle got less than I thought. Go by. They'll help you out.
Well, and another thing that I like to say about Hugh Guidry, the owner, is that he's been a long-time successful businessman, and that's important. What about Wayne Ordwan? Yeah. Running for parish council seat. That was the council seat he gave up to run for. He ran for parish president 4 years ago.
That's District 9.
District 9. He's running for his old seat, which he held, I guess, maybe almost 20 years. So we wish him well in his race. I see where Mayor Joe Pete from Washington is going to run for the representative seat presently held by Ladrika Johnson Theory.
And she must be running too because all her signs are up. So she's
running for re-election. We announced that about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We announced that she was running. We're starting to get some activity, but you know, it's not long before the qualifications and the race itself is October 22nd. That's some big areas you got to cover. And over in Avars Parish, T. Joe Panicella is running again. He ran last time, made a good race.
For sheriff.
For sheriff. That's
Kessler will see another side at 3.
He's a well-known person in the Avars Parish area. And of course, T. Joe is in the sewer tank cleaning service, and his logo is #1 in the #2 business, and you take it from there. And good luck to you, T. Joe. And somebody else I had running. I guess I'll have to just catch it next time. What about the articles on in television where the eagle picked up a baby fawn.
Deer, yeah,
little baby deer was flying and must have got tired or something, dropped it.
What, a deer was pretty heavy.
And it hit on the power line and knocked out power for a few miles.
That's what they figured. The only way they figured it got up there. Nobody saw it happen, but when they started figuring it, they looked at the animal, they said it had to be like an eagle that had grabbed it.
And that's amazing. It's unreal, the article here about the strength of their...
but they're big. If you've ever been around a bald eagle, you know, if you go down to the park, and I'm not going to remember the